Soft golden sunrise spills across the Seine, while pale morning mist drifts beneath Parisian stone bridges slowly. Rows of cream-colored buildings glow softly beside quiet riverside streets, still untouched by the waking city below. A single café chair reflects amber light, while drifting steam rises gently into cool blue Paris morning air. Fresh rainwater glistens across cobblestone pathways near Montmartre, turning every reflection into moving liquid gold. The Eiffel Tower appears gradually through pale clouds, its iron silhouette glowing above endless, elegant Paris rooftops. Window shutters open carefully across narrow streets, while flower boxes overflow with white roses and bright ivy vines. Church bells echo gently through the Latin Quarter, blending softly with distant footsteps crossing ancient stone squares. Paris reveals itself slowly here, not through speed, but through silence shaped carefully by beauty and timeless light. The Seine curves gracefully beneath arched bridges, while morning boats leave silver ripples across smooth, reflective water. Soft pink clouds drift above Notre Dame, wrapping the cathedral towers in warm, pearl-colored early dawn atmosphere. A violin melody floats quietly beside riverside bookstalls, where antique pages glow beneath delicate golden sunrise reflections. Fresh croissants rest inside glowing bakery windows, while warm light spills softly across polished marble café counters. The streets of Le Marais shimmer gently after rainfall, every stone reflecting lanterns and passing silhouettes beautifully. Tiny balconies lean above hidden courtyards filled with climbing ivy, jasmine fragrance, and softly glowing apartment windows. The Louvre courtyard brightens slowly beneath sunrise, while glass pyramids mirror clouds drifting across pale Paris skies. Fountains move gently beside sculpted gardens, where trimmed hedges glow emerald beneath warm morning cinematic lighting. Paris feels suspended between architecture and atmosphere, where every surface carries texture shaped carefully through centuries. A narrow street near Saint-Germain reveals quiet bookstores framed beneath hanging lanterns and weathered painted wooden signs. The Sacré-Cœur rises above Montmartre beautifully, glowing ivory beneath soft clouds drifting across the Paris skyline slowly. Artists arrange fresh canvases quietly beside stairways, where flower petals gather against smooth, ancient stone pathways below. Golden sunlight touches café tables carefully, while porcelain cups reflect the surrounding elegance of historic Paris mornings. The Champs-Élysées stretches endlessly ahead, lined with chestnut trees glowing beneath warm layers of soft spring brightness. Luxury storefronts mirror passing light beautifully, creating moving reflections across polished glass and quiet marble entrances. A black riverboat glides beneath Pont Alexandre III, while bronze statues shimmer against pale blue afternoon skies above. Every bridge across the Seine feels sculpted deliberately, balancing ornate detail with graceful cinematic architectural symmetry perfectly. Hidden gardens bloom behind wrought iron gates, where fountains sparkle softly beneath carefully arranged rows of white tulips. Paris rooftops unfold endlessly from above, textured with chimneys, slate tiles, and glowing windows catching evening light. Twilight settles gently across the city, while street lamps begin illuminating quiet sidewalks beside glowing restaurant terraces below. The Eiffel Tower shines warmly against indigo sky, reflecting softly across the dark, moving waters of the Seine. Paris during golden hour feels less like a city and more like light carefully shaped into timeless visual poetry. Morning sunlight spreads slowly across Paris rooftops while pale clouds drift gently above the glowing Seine River below. Soft wind moves carefully through Luxembourg gardens, stirring chestnut blossoms beside quiet gravel walking paths beautifully. The Seine reflects silver-blue daylight beneath elegant bridges, while river currents ripple gently around passing wooden boats. White swans glide slowly near Île Saint-Louis, their reflections stretching gracefully across smooth water beneath morning light. Golden rays illuminate Notre Dame carefully, revealing intricate stone carvings glowing warmly against deep blue Paris skies above. Rain-dark pavement near Palais Royal mirrors passing umbrellas beautifully beneath black iron lanterns and sculpted archways nearby. Sunlight filters softly through plane trees lining Boulevard Saint-Germain, painting moving shadows across café terraces below. A hidden courtyard near Montmartre reveals ivy-covered walls glowing emerald beneath drifting afternoon pearl-colored atmospheric haze. The Eiffel Tower catches midday light differently each hour, shifting gradually from silver gray into warm bronze tones. Cherry blossoms bloom beside the Trocadero fountains, while water sparkles brightly beneath soft spring Paris afternoon sunlight. Cloud shadows travel slowly across the Louvre courtyard, transforming glass reflections into shifting layers of light continuously. Rows of manicured gardens stretch elegantly beside palace walls, glowing softly beneath warm, late-afternoon cinematic brightness everywhere. The Seine becomes amber at sunset, reflecting bridges, riverboats, and glowing lanterns across flowing evening water beautifully. Montmartre stairways darken slowly, while café windows brighten warmly against deepening indigo twilight skies above the hillside. Street musicians perform softly beneath Sacré-Cœur, while golden city lights begin flickering endlessly across distant rooftops below. Moonlight touches the Arc de Triomphe gently, outlining carved stone details against the cool Paris midnight atmosphere beautifully. A quiet rain begins near Place Vendôme, covering smooth stone streets with shimmering silver reflections beneath lantern glow. The soundless movement of headlights creates flowing rivers of light beneath elegant Haussmann architecture after dark tonight. Rooftop chimneys fade into pale fog, while glowing apartment windows illuminate the cool blue Paris evening skyline gently. Along Canal Saint-Martin, tree branches sway lightly above still water, reflecting strings of warm hanging lights beautifully. Flower markets near Madeleine Church overflow with roses, peonies, and lavender glowing beneath soft morning atmospheric brightness. The gardens surrounding Musée Rodin shimmer after rainfall, while marble statues reflect moving clouds across polished surfaces slowly. At dawn again, pale gold light reaches the Seine first, before climbing gradually across Paris rooftop terraces above. Fog drifts quietly beneath Pont Neuf, while cyclists cross stone pathways glowing softly beneath awakening city morning skies. Every season transforms Paris differently, painting the city through shifting colors, weather, reflections, and cinematic natural light. Autumn leaves gather beside café doors, while copper-colored sunlight warms historic avenues lined with elegant architecture beautifully. Winter snowfall softens rooftop edges gently, covering balconies and statues beneath silent, pearl-colored Paris afternoon skies everywhere. Spring fills hidden courtyards with jasmine fragrance, while petals drift across rain-dark streets beside glowing bakery windows. Summer evenings stretch endlessly beside the Seine, where lantern reflections shimmer across warm, midnight river currents slowly. Paris becomes entirely different beneath every changing light, yet remains endlessly beautiful through every passing cinematic season. A florist arranges pale roses carefully outside Saint-Germain, while morning sunlight warms polished wooden storefront windows gently. Fresh baguettes rest beside glowing bakery counters, while customers speak softly beneath hanging brass lanterns and painted ceilings. Parisian cafés awaken slowly as waiters arrange woven chairs facing outward toward elegant historic streets and passing silhouettes. Steam rises from porcelain espresso cups while newspapers flutter lightly beneath soft spring wind along shaded terraces nearby. An artist beside Montmartre paints quiet rooftops carefully, layering warm amber tones beneath drifting afternoon cloud shadows. Tourists pause silently beside easels, while accordion melodies echo softly across narrow stone stairways lined with flowers. Booksellers along the Seine arrange weathered pages carefully beneath green stalls glowing beside reflective moving river currents. Antique maps and faded photographs catch warm sunlight beautifully against the pale stone walls surrounding Notre Dame Cathedral. A violinist performs beneath Pont des Arts, while river reflections shimmer gently across the bridge railings below tonight. Flower petals drift through hidden courtyards where ivy climbs balconies overlooking softly illuminated marble fountains beneath evening skies. Fashion boutiques near Le Marais display silk fabrics glowing softly beneath chandeliers and polished mirrored interior walls beautifully. Hands fold delicate pastries carefully inside pâtisseries scented with butter, vanilla, chocolate, and warm caramelized sugar tonight. The Latin Quarter glows warmly beneath lanterns while students gather quietly outside historic bookstores and riverside cafés nearby. A chef prepares fresh herbs carefully beside copper pans reflecting golden light across polished Paris kitchen surfaces beautifully. At sunset, couples walk slowly beside the Seine while street lamps illuminate quiet pathways beneath chestnut trees overhead tonight. Tiny jazz clubs open beneath Saint-Michel while music drifts softly across narrow cobblestone streets after rainfall tonight beautifully. Fresh flowers spill from balcony railings above hidden alleyways where bicycles rest beside weathered, painted apartment entrances quietly. An elderly painter cleans brushes carefully beside a window overlooking rooftops glowing copper beneath fading evening light tonight. The scent of roasted chestnuts drifts gently through Tuileries Garden while fountains shimmer beneath pale twilight atmospheric haze. Parisian balconies overflow with lavender, ivy, and roses, softening every avenue with texture, fragrance, and graceful color. The movement of daily life here feels cinematic, shaped carefully through elegance, silence, and warm, natural human rhythm. Inside quiet cafés, candlelight reflects softly across marble tables, while conversations blend gently with distant passing footsteps tonight. Chefs near Rue Claire prepare colorful market vegetables, while sunlight glows warmly across polished stone kitchen walls beautifully. Along Canal Saint-Martin, friends gather quietly beside water reflecting strings of golden evening lights after sunset beautifully. A perfume artisan arranges crystal bottles carefully beneath mirrored shelves glowing softly through warm Paris interior lighting tonight. Street painters beside Place du Tertre display colorful canvases inspired by rooftops, flowers, river reflections, and twilight skies. Every doorway in Paris feels thoughtfully designed, framed naturally through texture, shadow, color, and architectural balance perfectly. Even ordinary conversation seems softened here.
You look beautiful
carried
in this
gently
light.
through lantern light,
Thank
cafe
you, it's the
warmth,
candlelight.
and drifting evening atmosphere beautifully. The people of Paris move gracefully within beauty, blending naturally into streets shaped carefully through timeless artistic elegance. Paris feels alive through human warmth, where everyday life unfolds gently beneath glowing windows and endless cinematic architecture. Morning returns beside the Seine, while pale mist drifts slowly beneath bridges glowing softly through golden sunrise reflections. The Eiffel Tower rises quietly above Paris rooftops, its iron silhouette warming gradually beneath soft dawn atmospheric light. Stone balconies catch early sunlight beautifully, while flower boxes overflow with roses, ivy, and pale white jasmine blossoms. A café door opens gently near Montmartre, while fresh bread fragrance drifts softly into cool morning Paris air. The city awakens slowly here, revealing beauty carefully through reflections, textures, shadows, and warm, cinematic natural lighting. Notre Dame glows softly beside the river, while bells echo gently across quiet streets lined with historic architecture tonight. From Sacré-Cœur, endless rooftops stretch toward the horizon beneath pale clouds drifting across warm Paris evening skies slowly. Golden sunset settles carefully over the Seine, turning moving water into flowing ribbons of amber and deep copper. Riverboats glide silently beneath glowing bridges, while lantern reflections shimmer across smooth midnight currents below beautifully tonight. Paris streets darken gradually, while restaurant terraces brighten warmly beneath hanging lights and soft, drifting conversations nearby. Rain begins lightly beside the Louvre, while polished stone pathways mirror glowing windows beneath pale, atmospheric evening haze tonight. The Arc de Triomphe stands illuminated against indigo sky, while traffic lights create flowing rivers of color below tonight. Inside hidden courtyards, fountains continue moving gently beneath ivy-covered walls and softly glowing apartment balconies nearby tonight. Moonlight touches Paris rooftops carefully, outlining chimneys and cathedral towers against deep, velvet midnight skies beautifully tonight. Along Saint-Germain, jazz melodies drift softly from open windows, while reflections ripple across rain-dark cobblestone streets tonight. A quiet bicycle crosses Pont Alexandre III, while bronze statues shimmer beneath silver-blue moonlight above the Seine River. The gardens surrounding Palais Royal remain peaceful after dark, shaped beautifully through shadow, symmetry, and drifting evening fragrance. Even silence feels elegant here, carried gently through glowing lanterns, river reflections, and warm architectural textures beautifully tonight. Paris never reveals itself completely. Every street unfolds slowly through layers of light, color, and graceful, timeless atmosphere. Each bridge, rooftop, café, and doorway becomes part of a memory shaped carefully through beauty and cinematic warmth. The Seine continues moving quietly through the city, reflecting every season beneath changing skies and glowing historic architecture. Autumn leaves gather beside riverbanks, while pale sunset light softens every avenue into warm, copper-colored, cinematic stillness. Winter snowfall covers rooftops gently, turning Paris into soft layers of pearl, silver, and glowing lantern reflections everywhere. Spring blossoms brighten hidden gardens, while petals drift slowly across quiet streets beneath pale morning atmospheric haze beautifully. Summer evenings linger endlessly beside the Seine, where warm midnight skies glow softly above moving river currents tonight. Every hour transforms Paris differently, revealing another version of beauty shaped through architecture, atmosphere, and changing natural light. The city remains timeless because every surface carries traces of rain, music, flowers, conversation, and passing golden sunlight. Paris does not demand attention loudly. It simply surrounds the eye with endless quiet moments of cinematic elegance. Even after leaving, its reflections remain, returning unexpectedly through warm light touching stone beside flowing evening water quietly. Paris stays like golden light upon the Seine, endlessly moving, endlessly beautiful, and impossible to completely forget forever.